Thank you very much, Scott. That's right. I'm here with Charles Bell and Connor Bozick here from the University of Delaware. I'll begin with you, Connor. Three-year starter on the offensive line. A tough year for the Blue Hens last year, of course. But you guys knocked off two of the four CA teams that went to the playoffs in New Hampshire and William & Mary in a narrow loss to James Madison. Is that something you guys can take away from last year entering 2016?
Absolutely. It's one of the things that we've been preaching this offseason is trying to become more consistent. We know that whenever the big lights come on and on the big stages, we can play well and we can perform, but it's doing the little things right every day that will lead to being more consistent and eventually being a playoff team.
Second in the league last year in rushing, and you bring back the majority of that offensive line and, of course, some running backs. First, let's talk about this rushing attack. Can it be better this year?
Absolutely. I mean, you can always get better, and no matter what you do. You can't even really sit there and say that, oh, yeah, we were second in the conference last year. Like, you have to always keep on coming in and working, and we're getting back our two main starters, Jalen and Wes, and we're going to have a lot of really good depth and a lot of really good times.
Now, the passing game, of course, on that end, a little bit of inconsistencies last year. How has that portion of your offense been progressing here in the offseason?
We've had a really good spring. I mean, we've had guys that come in to kind of check their egos at the door. A lot of big guys that could really stepped up this spring. And it's going to be a really interesting time in the fall.
Now, like we said earlier, this team knocked off some of the top teams in the league. We know the program's hungry for a playoff berth and to contend for that conference title. What will it take for you guys to make that next step this year?
Oh, we definitely believe that we're going to be a playoff team this year. I mean, the entire team believes that we're all in this year. We're not going to have any excuses, any other sort of falters. This is going to be the year that we're going to make the playoffs and bring Delaware back to winning.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing that journey here this year, Connor, as we move over to Charles. Breakout season for you last year, Mr. Bell. You led the team in tackles. What can you learn from last year to build on for 2016?
I think the biggest thing for me is film, just studying film, and more learning the offense, seeing what they're trying to do and how they attack you is probably the biggest thing that will help me have a better season this year.
Most of the starters from 2015, they're coming back. What are some of the goals and expectations you have set out for this defense?
Yeah, I mean, we want to be a playoff team. That's our mindset right now. And we were top 25 this year, but our goal was to be obviously number one in the country. And like you said, we're returning our whole linebacker core, plus we added Troy, the transfer, and our whole secondary, plus Malcolm's back and healthy. So I think we're good to go.
Just like your breakout season last year, who do you foresee having a similar breakout season on this defense this year?
I think it'd probably be Troy, the other inside linebacker with me. The kid just transferred in. He's a big physical linebacker from Penn State. I think he's a really good player. Help us out a lot.
Now, you open up at home against in-state opponent Delaware State. Before you're on the road for three straight contests, including a game there against FBS opponent Wake Forest, how important will it be to come out and get a win before that tough road stretch in September?
Yeah, it's going to be very important for us to come out and get a win, especially the long road stretch and especially an FBS school. So getting the win will help our momentum go.
Same thing for you, Connor. How important will it be for you guys to pick up the first win, of course, of the year being at home?
Oh, absolutely. It's everything. I mean, we're going to go put on a show for our fans and let them know that Delaware football is back and that we're going to be doing good things this year.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining us here
Thank
on Football Media Day Live, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.